It's just disturbing to see her all made up like a black woman, pretending to be a black woman, and then chanting no justice, no peace. And it's offensive. I don't know why this woman is being held up at all. Like, oh, well, you know, we all have choices. This is offensive. I'm not black. I'm offended for black people. I guess I shouldn't be, though.
No, you shouldn't.
That would probably be wrong and racist of me to even say that.
Right, and now you are the hateful person for calling her out on that because she votes the way they want and you don't.
Jesus,
period.
Amazing.
It doesn't matter what else you do as long as you support their agenda.
But wait, there's more.
What their perceptions of the definition of race, culture, and ethnicity might be.
But just as a human being, you know when someone asks you, are you black? Are you African American? You know exactly what they're asking you. And for you to say yes, is that an honest answer, knowing what their question is?
When somebody asks, are you black, which I actually don't get asked very often, until recently, since a few days ago, then I say, yeah, I do, I am black. And this is why, and hopefully I can explain a little bit more as far as that.
Do you understand why many people would think, given your parents and your heritage, that is at best a misleading answer?
Listen to this.
I can understand that, but again, up to this point, I know who raised me.
But
I haven't had a DNA test. There's been no biological proof that Larry and Ruth Ann are my biological parents. Right?
You doubt whether those Ruth Ann and Larry who say they are your parents, you doubt whether they're your parents?
I'm just saying I can't prove that.
There's a birth certificate that has your name on it and their names on it. Why would you doubt something so fundamental?
I'm not necessarily saying that I can prove they're not, but I don't know that I can actually prove they are. I mean, the birth certificate is issued a month and a half after I'm born. It's certainly.
She's going to birth her arguments.
Oh my gosh, she's becoming a birther for her.
Yeah. And by the way, you can prove it. You go in for a DNA test.
Yeah, and
if
by the way,
doubt they're your parents, go get tested.
Listen to what she's implying. This woman is bat nuts.
Yeah.
Listen to what she's implying. I might be black. I might actually be black. I don't need the proof. I have a picture of you with the freckle face and the blonde hair. You're clearly white, you freak. You are clearly white.
This goes to all those things we used to use as examples. Like someone's going to tell you the sky is green, and you're going to say, no, it's blue. And they're going to say, no, it's green. That is what she's saying.
It is.
I am black.
This
you
is
see her as white.
1984. This is George Orwell, 1984. It is. It is. Well, we can't prove that I'm white. Are you crazy? The answer is yes. And anybody who stands with her is just as crazy. You say, well, you know what? I think she makes a good point. You are just as nuts.
Good point. There's no good
points here.
No medical witnesses to my birth. It was in the woods.
Who do you think your parents might be?
Well, I don't know. Like I said, I just don't feel like I can necessarily say now with the full scrutiny of, can you prove that you are Larry Ruth Ann's biological child? That actually has never been proven.
It's one thing to embrace the questions as an academic matter.
Right.
It's another thing to just actually be honest and transparent about who you are. And I think that's where people are having trouble with you, Rachel. I think they feel that you have been, for whatever reason, and perhaps wonderful reasons, acting like you're something that you are not.
Right. Well, I definitely am not white.
Is that incredible?
I'm
that's an incredible 3 minutes.
Not white.
She's not sure that the people on her birth certificate are her parents, but she is sure that she's not white when she is white.
And she sued a college for discrimination because she is white. She sued a college for discrimination because she was white. Now she's so convinced that she's black that she's nuts, guys.
Yeah, she's nuts.
She's nuts.
And then
everybody who stands with her, everybody in the media who stands with her, everybody in academia that stands with her, you're just as nuts.
And what are you saying about your own movement? If you can't get to levels of power in that movement, supporting all the right policies, but because of your skin color. What does that say about your movement?
Who is saying that? Is she saying that?
Well, I would say yes. With her actions, that is exactly
I don't think
what
she's saying that. I think she's saying she wants to identify as black.
Right.
She wants to, but she doesn't. That doesn't mean because she wants to have this job. She wants to identify as that she's black because she likes, I don't know, whatever. The culture.
I like my explanation better. I like my explanation better. That she just wanted. She wants.
Well, you might like it better, but does it make as much sense? Is anybody? Is she even saying that I had to be black, or is anybody accusing the NAACP as she hit a glass ceiling because she was white?
Shall we look at the leadership positions of the organization and see what the split is? My guess is it doesn't representative of the
NAACP.
Right.
I mean, if it was politically correct to have an NAACP,
it is not.
I would think that you would have a white person running that as well.
But you wouldn't need to.
No, NAACP. You would think that you would want to have a W as the one who's running the organization.
It is identity politics, however. I mean, it is.
It's what you talked about yesterday. No, it's what you talked about yesterday of having a black person the head of the Klan.
Right, I know. That's what I mean.
You just don't. That's not something that you would expect.
No, it's true. It's true.